everybody, I am Husky Light. I'm delivering flowers again this morning. I wanted to just discuss what I came to quite a few realizations yesterday. Probably shouldn't be doing this on the motorway, but it's the only time that I've got at the moment. So let's see if I can turn this down a little bit.
Then go left on the roundabout. First exit.
Yeah, I can. I don't know if I can actually get back. Yeah, I can. So I saw my twin yesterday, and I came to a few realizations after I saw him. Now, I spoke the other day about, have any of you actually seen them physically? As in, you've seen them physically, but you know that it's not them. It's like some sort of, it's almost like you sort of manifested them into the physical, but it's not them. You know that when you start seeing their name everywhere, along with the numbers, and you'll pass a shop and it's the name of your twin, or you'll see it in an advert, or you'll see it on a number plate, or you'll see it on a multitude of different things, or you'll walk past somebody and you'll hear their name being spoken. It's like that, but it's like the next step up from that. It's actually seeing them physically, but it's not them. This happened a few years ago to me, and it's happened in the past. I've seen my twin 2 or 3 times in the past month, along with seeing his name everywhere. There's a couple of times I've seen the back of somebody. I've seen the back of somebody, and they've got the same clothes on as my twin. They walk like my twin. They're the same physical stature as my twin. And there's that moment when you think, oh my God, that's them. But at the same time, you know it's not them. It's like some sort of, the universe is bringing up this physical manifestation of them, which is amazing. It also indicates to me, or what I'm coming to find out, when this happens, or when you're seeing the name everywhere, and the numbers really start to get, not when the numbers start to get going, because the numbers happen for me every day, and sometimes they surge and the numbers go up and the double digits, and seeing them, but I don't see him. I think a few weeks before you're due to see them, you will start seeing their double. You will start seeing the name everywhere. That's the realization I've come to with this. So I've seen, this has been in the past month. He did text me like over a week ago and ask how I was, and we had a very, very brief text conversation. And then I texted him about 3 or 4 days ago and said, how are you? And I got nothing back, absolutely nothing. So I just thought, oh, okay. That's, you know, that was it. And then the day before yesterday, he turned around and said, do you want to come over tomorrow for a coffee? After me seeing all of these signs, and actually not even for 1 minute thinking that I would be seeing him, after him not texting back. So you've really got to trust in your signs. Yesterday, synchronicities were crazy. It started off in the morning. I saw the rainbow twice yesterday, the rainbow colours. I put my phone on the bed, and it happened to be reflecting the light bulb in my bedroom. Now, when you look at a light bulb, it looks like a light bulb, and all you can see is the light coming from it. If you put a phone with a black screen underneath the light bulb, which I didn't know, and I certainly wasn't trying to do that or anything, and I just happened to glance down, the phone reflects all these coloured rainbow lights, rays of light coming out from the light bulb. So I looked down and saw the reflection and thought, wow, that's pretty cool. There's my rainbow. And then I got a call. And I don't usually pick up my phone unless I have to, but my van is in the garage, so I picked it up. And some woman said, "Is Keith there?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I think you've got the wrong number." Didn't think anything more about it. And I went out to meet my twin. I got on the 444 bus, went to the train station. My train was due at 10:22 in the morning. I arrived at 10:44 in the morning. Saw my twin. Now the important thing is we went out to lunch, and as we're sat there talking and everything, he suddenly turned around and said, "Do you know what?" He said, "I don't know what's wrong with me lately." He said, "I cannot eat a full meal." He says, "I'm getting really full up really easily. I don't know what that is." I just started laughing. What were we talking about? About the new ascension symptoms, about us eating and not being able to, and getting full up really easily. He's going through the ascension symptoms, not realizing what he is going through. But it was like he had to deliberately say that to me, or his spirit had to say that to his guides, had to come through and say that to me to help me realize, to give me a clue. Yes, he is. They are going through it. They are waking up. Sometimes spirit will talk through your twin and your twin doesn't even realize. Or they will talk through other people and they don't realize either. But what's actually happening is these words or conversations that are standing out as you're talking to somebody, whether it be your twin or somebody else, something will really stand out, and that's their higher consciousness. That's their guides speaking through them, and you're resonating. You're actually receiving that message from their soul, as opposed to they're consciously saying it. So unconsciously yesterday he was prompted to say that to me in order to help me to understand that yes, he is going through ascension symptoms and will be awakening soon, and he doesn't actually realize that that's what's going on. Also, my train ticket was £11. He asked me to go around at 11 o'clock. On the way back to the train station, somebody went past in a car and bibbed the horn at him, and he went, "Oh, there's my mate Keith." After the phone call I'd got in the morning saying, "Is Keith there? Are you It's a really unusual, it's not an incredibly unusual name in England, but it's not one that I hear every day, so I heard it again. I caught the train back at 14:22. I arrived back home, or back into town, at 14:44. I actually had to run to get on the train, and I sort of ran onto the train, grabbed the first seat that I could find, and it happened to be seat number 44. Got back into town, was waiting for another 444 bus to take me home again, and God, you know the bubbles that children have when you blow up, they blow the bubbles with the washing up liquid. Out of nowhere, this big multicolored bubble just floated in front of me and popped on the ground in front of me in the middle of town. There was no children around, there was nobody. That I looked around, there was nobody blowing bubbles. The weather's horrible here at the moment, and there was the rainbow again. So you have to look out for all of these signs. But for those of you that have, because somebody mentioned to me that they have seen them in the physical and it's not them, but for some, and this is even when you're not thinking about them, I think this uptake in these signs they lead up to, yeah, you're going to see them, or pay attention, it's coming, something's coming. Also, the day that he asked me to see him, which was yesterday, apparently there was another big wave coming in. But the main thing out of all of that was him saying to me during dinner, I can't eat a full meal, I don't know what's wrong with me, I feel really full up really quickly. So they are definitely waking up. They are becoming, they're not consciously aware, but, and that's, I need to deliver flowers now. But I wanted to mention all of that. I also wanted to mention that I'm doing an interview probably later on this week, early next week, with Mike Emery, who has a ton of information on the event, what he thinks it is, loads of pictures on the coloured rainbows, loads of information and scientific information as well about what's coming through. So that's going to be really interesting. So I'm going to set that up with him for later on this week, early next week, and do that. So look out for that coming around. And I just wanted to, yeah, I did not think I was going to see him at all. I really didn't, until, yeah, we are definitely in these high energies. We're definitely in them. You can feel them, you can see them, you can see the synchronicities, and all of that is coming through. And it's just about being, drop my pen, being aware of it, and having that conscious awareness around you of when these signs are coming through to you. And we don't always understand what they mean, but then after the fact, you can put all those little jigsaw pieces together and realize, you know, seeing them in the physical, but it's not them, and seeing their name everywhere, and then the, you know, that might be your guide's way of saying they're coming, they're on their way, don't worry about it. So anyway, I'll carry on delivering flowers, and I will speak to you soon. Okay, bye.